Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy
Doing
Lock Zero, and it's my brother.
it's a rev. How you doing, guys? Feeling shoulder move? Feeling loosey like a goose.
Yeah, and we are reviewing chapter 1002 of One Piece. Uh,
Emperors versus the new generation. Let's
yeah,
go.
let's
Oh
get
man,
into this shit, son.
do it.
And yeah, we'll kick it off with this little cover art. Um, I don't think this is a story. I think it's just one of those scenes
It
that
is a cover art request by pen name X5 Go. All right, and it's
yeah.
Lucci feeding pigeons in the park. Uh,
We got
all
the mafioso type pigeons up in here and little gangster pigeons. They're all pretty hard boiled as it seems. Um, and
Pigeons
yeah,
freak me out. These pigeons, some of them look like they're doing Nazi salutes in the background. I don't trust these guys. I think they're up to nefarious things. One of them has a chain with a V. It looks like Little Vito. You have this guy over here who got punched by Raul Lucci. Lot of shady stuff going on here. I don't know. I don't trust these pigeons. They're
Wait,
up to
who
good.
who got punched by Rob Lucci?
This the pigeon in the front. You see with
Oh
the
no,
hat
I
on.
that's his pigeon. That's I think his name was Hattori, but
Yeah, and he
no,
punched it.
I interpreted I interpreted as um the other pigeons boxed him out and are now eating the food. I mean, he is looking kind of disdainfully at Hattori, just to be fair, but yeah,
I think he gave him the old pimp slap. That's what happened there.
know your place, bitch. But
I
yeah.
feed all pigeons. This ain't capitalism. This is communist system. No, I'm just kidding. All right, but all right, and the newest compilation of the enthralling one arc is coming. Volume 98 goes on sale the 4th of February. All right, good news, good news. So the next volume out shortly. All right, so we go to the next page.
Yep. And it says, so we got this little flavor text here. Ominous clouds gather over Wano. And then Kaido's revving up, destructive winds. And he throws out his little destructive wind slice attack. The one that, the ones that cut off Kiku's arms in the previous chapter.
Mm.
Um, and Law is staring at it. And he just, teleports himself out of there. And we got Kid over here and Killer in the same panel. uh, you know, Killer jumps out the way, yelling out for Kid. I'm assuming that's him yelling out for Kid,
Yeah,
and Kid's Megazord is getting sliced up over here by the wind blades. And next page, we hear that we see the metal falling down, collapsing around him, and Kid is just like, big deal. It's made of junk anyway. And Zoro pulling off a Goku over here just slaps the wind blade away
not
and
getting the way. Looking hard as a motherfucker.
gives a death stare. Yeah, that definitely gave me some Goku versus Frieza vibes. Just slapping away a little beam, and Luffy's he's dynamically zipping between the
Through the
blades
yeah.
and revving up a punch and doing a gomu gomu no, and Kaido's like, one eyebrowing him, raised up.
You're gonna punch me? I'm a giant dragon. How dare you? Anyway, so we see Luffy hit him with the Kong rifle. Pow pow, leveling up here. Absolute slaptastic happy here. We see Kaido go flying past Kid on the bottom panel and sets Kid up for the assist. Kid grabs him. Doing a little Braun D Wade move there. Grabs him by the neck, slams him down for the Gibson slam. Bow pow. I don't know how much damage this did, but I'm gonna take a venture here and say that Luffy did like 95% of the damage. The kid's like, oh yeah, I tagged along, did a little alley oop here. But it does seem to be bothering Kaido. He's yelling out after the Gibson slam, buries him face first into the dirt. But he gets up right away. Law takes notice, jumps into the fray, does a little circular dance by his face,
Yeah, I
hits him
think
with
Kaido was trying to eat him or bite him or something, and he kind of like,
dodges.
cartwheeled.
Oh, I thought I interpret that as him like floating up to him. That kind of makes more sense. Yeah.
Mm.
So I guess he immediately recovered then and attacks Law right off the bat, showing that that move really didn't do too much damage. I don't see any broken teeth, any blood coming off of him.
Mm-hmm.
But Law dodges nimbly, then teleports again. He's saying I never dissected a dragon before, but I reckon the heart is around here. Goes to his midsection, hits him with the gamma knife right by the slash Odin left him.
Mm-hmm.
And this seems to fuck up Kaido. He goes wide-eyed, yells out, ah! And doesn't seem to bother him, actually. Next panel, you see him just floating away, saying, damn upstarts, so you can counter my durability. So it looks like all of that did do a little bit of damage. He is messed up there, although I want to say that Kid's attack probably did the least.
Yeah, that would be my guess as well. And he is validating them here. You know, he is validating their efforts and their capabilities. You know, was saying that he's directly saying, yeah, these attacks are affecting me. He's not really saying the degree, but you know, it's not like
It's not the
before.
7 swords here, like, where they got one good shot in him. Like, all those are like, okay, he knows that these guys can pop a punch,
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I guess you're not the suicidal fools I took you for. So a little respect from the Yonko there. Gotta be feeling good there, guys.
Yeah. Yeah, we got Killer, climbing Mount Kaido over here. I'm wondering if Kaido's even aware that Killer is on him right now. But yeah, he's climbing up, and then Killer says, I've been through hell because of this tough hide, but it looks like I can get through if I slice you up from inside. And the weirdest attack that nobody can really figure out what the hell is going on, he does Sonic Scythe, and it's like, it looks like he's piercing him in multiple spots. But my guess is, I don't think his blades can grow in size. What I think is happening is this is some kind of projection of
Yeah, I think it
like,
might be like a sound attack because he says Sonic Side. So I think this is
yeah,
like some sort of I
sound
don't know what
wave thing.
sound wave. Yeah, I think it has to do with how his blades connect to his arm. Like maybe there's like some sort of trick there going on. I don't think it's a
Yeah.
devil fruit ability either. It's just
Yeah.
some weird shit. But
Mm-hmm.
completely attacks the heart, the stomach area of Kaido, getting up to even I think to the neck almost with the Sonic Scythe, and it's freaking gigantic. It's a crazy attack.
Yeah.
And Kaido definitely has felt the pain here.
It looks like
Yell,
I don't know if that blood is from previous attacks, or if that was from the efficacy of what Killer did, but he does have some blood around the corners of his mouth. So, kudos to Killer. He accomplished something, which I don't think a lot of people were expecting. But this is short lived because we hear the sound effect of cursed, and he's like, "What?"
Is that
And
Wizzy? Is that Little Wayne?
skirt. And yeah, you pick it up here.
And we see Big Mom with yelling out Indra, and we see a absolute monster lightning bolt gracefully arch right past Kaido's back, not even attacking Kaido, very specifically attacking Killer, who's on his back, takes a full lightning blast. And because he's having metal, I'm sure that extra hurts, but I guess lightning bolt would hurt any time of day. But we see Kid yelling out Killer. Big Mom flashing, going mama mama ha 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 ha. I think I hate her laugh the most. Anyways,
Mama.
anyways, so she's on Zeus yelling, "There'll be no escape for anyone under the heavens." And Big Mom is looking pretty scary out there. She got her sword on fire. She's got the lightning in one hand. I hope she has some good theme music when this is like, film, because this is hard as fuck.
Yeah, no, there's so many people are just hype as fuck waiting for this to be animated. Like this entire fight is gonna be amazing in the anime. I mean they've been doing a good job of animating Wano so far. So I'm hopeful for the how they animate this. Yeah, continue.
But anyways, we see Kaido going to Killer's falling body. That's he can't defend himself. He's about to eat his face. He's like, these brats are tougher than expected. And then Luffy flying out of nowhere hits him with the Rhino Schneider right in his face. Eat the Schneider. and kicks him, like a couple feet away. But Kaido instantly recovers, opens his mouth to hit him with some sort of dragon flash flare attack.
Mm-hmm.
We flash to Zoro, who's about to make his move, asking Traffy to give him a boost. And this is really pissing off Law, who's like, I'm not your goddamn servant. He's like, you ingrates are testing my patience. I'm not a babysitter, damn it. But he ends up, flipping him up, popping Zoro up to where Luffy is. And he hits Kaido, launches his blast breath technique at Luffy again. Zoro counters with his flame slice, absolutely tearing it in half and protecting Luffy. Luffy yells at Zoro, and Zoro counters as it follows us up with a one sword style. Kaido is realizing he's about to get smacked in the face, and he's like, "What?" Big Mom is like, "You're about to get fucked up. Get out the way." Tells him to dodge. That's not your average sword. They feel, and we can see this evil energy coming off the blade Enma.
Mm-hmm.
Kaido looks so scared, terrifying. Maybe he's getting flashes of Odin right there. Zoro yells out, "Flying Dragon, Blaze!" And we have a big zoom out. We see all of what's the island called again?
Onigashima.
Onigashima. We see one of the horns of Onigashima absolutely getting the top of it get sliced clean off. What a technique! This is like when he slashed those freaking boats in half.
Yeah.
I guess he must have missed it because we see Kaido going, "Why is Odin's aura emanating from his sword?" And we see Big Mom yelling out, "You really underestimated him." Yeah, and Zoro screams out, "Wheeze, wheeze, damn it, I missed." So this attack took a lot out of Zoro. Looks like Enma really had to pull something from him to give him that boost. Flash to Luffy, we see Big Mom launches another lightning bolt straight at Zoro, taking out the swordsman. Pretty easy when you have a metal blade. You can just like go that direction.
Yeah.
Luffy yells out, "Zoro!"
Yeah, and then we have this amazing panel over here. Well, first we have Big Mom, Mama, Mama, and now you're all sitting ducks. There's no way out. And then she's Heavenly Dominion, Shiva's Wrath. So she's channeling some hardcore NL vibes over here. That we have this awesome spread of lighting, just chaotically spanking the ground and flying all over the place, and Kaido encircling her like Luffy gets hit by one of the lightning bolts, and Kid is shielding himself with a big metal arm. Not sure how that works,
That makes
but
sense.
yeah,
That's science for
damn,
you
and
dudes.
he's saying, "Damn it, it's like a natural disaster." What? And the lightning bolt, is not even just traveling straight down to the ground. It has a life of it. Each bolt seems to have a life of its own, and is homing in on him. And I'm not sure if Law got hit by lightning or if he's like running around, or I'm guessing he got a nice
It
little
looks like he
taste of
got hit
lightning.
because it's also that dark, flash with the light around him. So it looks like Law took an attack here too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but when we see Luffy bouncing in the air over here, and Big Mom's like, "Huh?" And she says, "Straw Hat, why weren't you fried by my lightning?" And he's like, "Bitch, read Skypea," you know.
We went through this already. I'm immune to your technique. I'm a ground type.
Yeah, and she says, "You're gonna pay for going after Zoro and the others." And Kaido's like, "Blast breath. It didn't work the first 50 times. Let's just keep doing the same shit over and over again."
Spam my ultimate attack. Well, actually, it did mess him up the last time, I believe. He's like, electricity doesn't work, but fire does melt rubber.
Mm.
So, but not this time. Call an ambulance, Kaido, but not for me. So, Luffy takes the attack, rushes into Kaido's face. He's like, "What? Fire isn't effective either? Is this a trick?" And he's like, "Nope. I got big balls." He's like, "Oh shit, Luffy does have giant balls." So Luffy rears up for the gum no, and we just see this punch just rock his eye and cheek into his face. And he hits him with the Kong Gatling, and we just see Luffy just absolutely tee off on Kaido, just pop, 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 pop. And
Mhm.
that is how we end it, with Kaido just getting absolutely wrecked by Luffy.
And thank God, no break next week. So
And
we're
we
gonna
end it with,
have
by the way, it's another little cutout. It says, putting everything behind his fist. So let's see what this does. Let's see if this truly, is enough to, I guess, cause some long-term damage. My guess is nah, because, he just took a bunch of shit from everybody. And, it wasn't that he was unaffected, but he did, I think Kaido has just, his thing is going to be unbelievable stamina. He's going to be
yeah. I mean,
Naruto, but no talk, no jutsu, just straight, recovering after ass beating after ass beating.
yeah. I don't know. I mean, Luffy is also known for being a stamina beast, so there is that. Yeah, but let's go through some topics throughout this chapter. Let me just write something down really quick.
Gotcha.
Okay, so first off, Law's annoying the shit out of me. This I get he's petty and he doesn't want to be told what to do and all this shit, but you're fighting these two guys. Maybe this isn't the time to bring this shit up, maybe
Well, then why? What's the difference between kid, doing his own thing? I think we're all just we're law, just accept it. You're part of the Straw Hats. You're gonna be your own division commander under them, but get with the program, Law. Get with the pro. And it's he's still fighting that. He's still doing his thing. Maybe he never ends up joining. Because he, at the end of the day, maybe he's got his own thing, and we just
I
gotta
don't
accept.
I don't think he will. And I
I,
I
I
mean
like
I
Law a lot
personally,
though too. I do really
Law's
like.
cool. I don't
Yeah.
want him to be a straw hat though. I would think that would diminish his character. I like him being running his own show. It's just
Yeah.
unfortunate that he has a garbage ass crew relative to other crews in the pirate world.
I mean, he
Um,
just doesn't have a strong second mate, but I don't think Urge has a strong second mate, or Bonnie, or some of the other supernovas. So it's
yeah,
give him time.
doesn't seem like any of them do, honestly. I mean, besides Kid with Killer, and
Yeah,
then we still. I mean, the only other
for
two
nothing. Killer's
standouts,
coming up.
huh?
Killer kind of came off stronger than Kid right now, honestly to me.
Yeah, yeah, that's what it seems like.
And then
Um,
sometimes Zoro seems like that with Luffy too. So
mhm. Well, I mean, to be fair, Zoro is the only person to really seem to inspire some kind of fear, doubt into the Yonkos in this chapter. She didn't say, "Hey, dodge Luffy's punch" or "dodge Killer." She recognized a threat from Zoro, so you
yeah.
know that has
Well,
to
she
say
said the
something.
sword. I think she recognized that the power was also coming a lot from that sword.
hmm
And you
Which
think
brings,
Kaido would recognize and be like, "Oh shit!" Flashback to Odin. I guess he did because he dodged.
yeah.
He didn't dodge anybody else's shit.
hmm but yeah, this brings me up to the next topic is the all right. Oh God, the sword debate, the sword issues, black blades. Does the sword make the swordsman, et cetera, et cetera? Zoro haters will use this as an example to be like, well, it's Zoro's not strong. His sword is carrying, what I mean? They're gonna put the accomplishment on the sword and et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. It's hard to say. Like that, I guess the train of thought that I was using the other day, I was thinking about black blades and the process of a blade becoming black. First off, there has to be some kind of inherent value in the blade becoming black. It can't just be a an aesthetic thing.
Yeah.
It's not just a cosmetic thing. A black blade, I have to imagine, is stronger than a non-black blade.
Yeah.
Um, that being said, I mean, you can have the best weapon in the world if you don't know how to use it. There's kind of no point to it. I mean, there's the
I mean,
swordsman.
even with the sword, you could say that, but not for nothing. I think there are three people in Wano who could even hold that blade without it killing them. So Zoro has to get some sort of credit for being able to even handle this blade. Not
hmm
only handle it, but being able to use it. Because you could sit there and say a lot of people would just be have a problem just holding the thing,
hmm
but to actually use it and turn that power into your own power and merge it is an accomplishment. You know whatever, the sword makes the fighter. No, I don't think so. I think it's both. Zoro has
Yeah.
to look to get his skill up to that. And that's the thing you also got to recognize is that Zoro's training to be able to get to that class, you know? So it's like,
Hmm.
and there are levels to that too, you know? Like I'm sure there's going to be a thing with the black blades where it's like, you know, maybe even holding it or being around it, like, you know, takes constant energy or something. Because, you know, uh, what's it? Mihawk's blade is all black, right?
Yeah.
And this blade is sometimes black. You know, I think that's another thing. Like, imagine if like Mihawk is constantly pouring his energy into feeding that thing. You know,
Well, I mean, the thing is, there's a transformation point. The blade is black on its own without Mihawk wielding it.
yeah,
Well, I think Shisui was a black blade as well, and it was just a black blade regardless of whether Zoro was wielding it or not.
yeah,
So that to me it tells me that something has fundamentally changed about the nature of the weapon. Um, whether it now stores hockey on its own, like because hockey, obviously we've seen when with armament hockeys, the skin turns black. That's the indication that hockey's being used. So it's like, I guess you could think of it as like a permanent, like, hockey coating on the sword. Does that mean it has an inherent energy inside of it? Like it's like a hockey battery. I don't know if I go that far. Is it there on a molecular level? Maybe. I don't know. I mean, we've seen examples in throughout the story of you know like when Zoro picks up a new sword, and like when he got Shisui or whatever, or he was fighting Oars, he did his normal, his I think it was the
it was like this
360
spiraling
pound
attack, right?
cannon. Yeah, the cannon attack. I forget what number he used at that point, but you know it definitely affected the power and force behind the attack, and that was something inherent within the sword itself.
Yeah,
um so there has to be some kind of power that is attached to the sword that is irrelevant of the sword user. um Another thing too, when Kaido recognized like Odin's aura or whatever the case might be, um I don't know that it's necessarily saying that Odin's energy is in the sword. I want to say it's more about his spirit or his willpower. And for me, I make the reference of like, okay, Zoro, he did that whole Ashura Doji, not Ashura Doji, Asura's Wrath or whatever the thing is, where he had like the multiple like imagery of himself, like when he was fighting Kaku, he
hmm,
had like three bodies and like nine arms and all that shit going on, like that demonic aura thing. And that I think might be due to the Kitetsu swords. So I'm thinking like, there's something, the spirit or the will of the sword is affecting the user in a certain way, and changing them as a person. Like I think it's kind of like a symbiotic relationship going on there. I mean, it's all speculation,
yeah.
but it's just some ideas I was playing around with.
But I am interested in knowing Emma's backstory just because, like, you know, it doesn't seem like to be a fully realized blade, and it's like, it seems like it's miles above Shisui, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I go that far to say it's above Shisui. I
I think
think,
so. I mean, he did one slash on a cliff, not fully realized, and he did like a shit ton of damage. I think he kind of recognized, you know, how strong that sword was off the bat, you know?
mhm. um, I want to say it's more. I think it's something he could. I mean, you saw him slice that ship in half when they met up in Sabaudi after the time skip, and I'm pretty sure he would. He used his current swords to do so. I think it's more so the spirit of the sword. It's kind of like it's inherited aspects of Odin, where Odin and just is like a no holds barred kind of guy. Like he just goes full force. You know what I mean? Like he's just that overwhelming of a character. So his sword is kind of like in the same boat, where it's like it's like it has a thirst for power and things of that nature. Um, Again, speculation, but that's how I interpret it. And it also, there might be something inherent between the interaction with that sword and Kaido specifically. Like, if Odin's will is attached to the sword, then that sword might be extra effective against somebody like Kaido versus anybody else because
Yeah.
of the animosity that Odin felt towards Kaido.
Yeah.
So there's that
Fuck the
too.
dragon.
um, Now, the next topic I wanted to bring up. Okay, so here's another theory I'm gonna throw out there. Um, Luffy did Kong Gatling, which is a new attack for him, because previously what he was doing would be to do multiple punches in Gear 4 is the Kong Organ, where it looks like he has multiple arms lined up next to him and shit.
Mm,
Um, which I interpreted as, he's moving his hands so fast it looks like there's multiple hands next to him. But who
mm,
knows? Maybe he's just molding his rubber to just become like double Goro for a second and have multiple arms to shoot out. But my theory is he's going to hybridize Gatling and Organ to do Kong Cathedral, and he's gonna do some like crazy shit where he's gonna have the multiple arms. Well, then each of those arms is gonna do a Gatling, and he's just gonna rain down like this fucking like it's gonna like
storm of
yeah, like how you look at the pipe organ in a church and you have
yeah.
the long like that's what's gonna look like. I think he's gonna be there just amassing like millions of fucking punches down onto Kaido, which I think would be cool. I mean, I can't say 100% either way, but I'm gonna throw it out there. My theory, my little crackpot theory.
Mm. I think it'll be like a Kong like storm or something. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. It'll definitely have like two or three more techniques he pops out and shows some awesomeness with. You think he still has a time limit on the Rubber Man thing though?
Um, I doubt it. I don't think so. I think even if he had to break out of it, I can't imagine that he'd have to stay outside of Gear 4 for a long duration of time.
Yeah, because at
Um,
this point, if you're like limited by your hockey, like not gonna be a long fight, you know?
yeah. If anything, with mastering Rio, he shouldn't really have those kind of limitations with Gear 4 anymore. At least he should significantly reduce them because Rio is about hockey efficiency and shit, you know what I mean? And he could probably, I guess, implement that into Gear 4 and make it so that he can not just burn off so much hockey willy-nilly and be
Mm.
more constrained about it. Um, but yeah, I hope he does Con Cathedral. I think that'd be pretty dope.
Yeah.
Um, okay, so my next thing is why is nobody fighting Big Mom? Like, she wrecked everybody is seemingly besides Luffy, and that's just because he has immunity. But like, I get that Kaido is like the main adversary, but you know if nobody's gonna be dealing with Big Mom, I can't see this fight going particularly well for anybody because she obviously demonstrated how valid of a threat she is.
Homing lightning beams, yeah, I think it's gonna be a problem. But I mean, I guess no one can really take on Big Mom besides Luffy. And Luffy, already went to her island and shit all over her. So he's like, man, I'll handle you when I'm handling you. Kaido punched me and knocked me out. I gotta avenge that right now, you know. So I think, yeah, I think everyone's just like too focused on Kaido right now, and also she's flying, so I don't think. Let's see, like Law and Luffy, I think are the only ones who can get to her. I think, right?
No, Kid could too. I mean,
Yeah,
Killer Clan, maybe not Killer, maybe not Zoro. Like they needed some kind of assistance. I mean, Killer seemed to hitch a ride at some point,
yeah.
but the other, the main three guys should be able to deal with Big Mom. I honestly do. I want to see her get the shit smacked out of her. Like she's been in the story for so long and hasn't taken any, kind of attack or damage. Um, so I want to see. Someone needs to punch that old lady. I'm an advocate for punching
Or
old
for violence
lady.
against old people, yes.
Yeah. um,
That
and
can't come back and haunt me anyway. I don't
no,
think.
of course not. Don't no one's gonna take that out of context.
Yeah.
Um, Another thing I want to talk about is are we hitting the ceilings of the supernovas right now? Like, um,
Nah, I think we're getting to their next level. You know,
Gamma
I feel
Knife.
like Luffy is like just on a slight higher level because he has more obviously more hockey refined control. I think Zoro and Killer are creeping up, and I think Law just with his like his fruit kind of gets like an advantage. I think Killer really has to. I'm sorry, Kid has to really step up here. You know.
Hmm. Yeah, Kid seems to be the least impressive of everybody, because it's like he made the point to say physical attacks can hurt Kaido, and he's been doing nothing but physical attacks. So it's like, why isn't he making like a drill or something? You know what I mean? Like spinning the metal around at such a high velocity that he's able to like do something. I don't know. I'm we the question I asked about the ceiling is like we kind of seen them all do like their ultimates. I mean, Kid we don't know much about because he hasn't really been in the story too much, and anytime he has, he just makes a big metal arm and slams things. Um, Law with his gamma knife, that seems to be his most effective attack. And Kaido, he seems like he hurt Kaido, but you
I think
know,
so. 'Cause it's like attacking the organs. Like can't really train that shit.
yeah, but Kaido wasn't incapacitated very quick, very long. I mean, he pretty much immediately continued to attack people. And Luffy, he doesn't seem like he's diminished significantly. I mean, he tanked Boro Breath, and he's been punching the shit out of Kaido. But like, it seems like we all this stuff he's done we've seen before. So it's like he has to escalate. They all have to escalate further and pull
Yeah.
out their new attacks. Um, but yeah,
Yeah. So I would say, what's your rating on this? How would you give it? 1 out of 10.
I like this chapter better than the previous one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it an 8.5, maybe 9.
Yeah, I would go as far as a 9. The first read through I thought it was a little short, but like taking it slowly, on the second read through really like like more moments hit more for me. Like
Hmm.
Big Mom's counter strikes were really cool. Killer's technique was interesting. A lot, and Luffy just showing off like the boss he is, over and over again. First
Hmm.
taking Big Mom's attack, and then just swallowing Kaido's attack and just pummeling his face in was epic. I think Luffy also gets my MVP for this week.
You
You
think
know,
so?
yeah,
I'm actually gonna give the MVP to Big Mom, considering she just spanked four of the supernovas and only Luffy, because of his coincidental immunity, was able to you
how
know
hilarious would it be, by the way, if like the final boss uses lightning attacks and it's like, haha.
nah, that would be pretty redundant at this point. But yeah, I don't. But by the way, I don't think the supernovas are taken out like you know in any long term kind of way because of Big Mom's attack. I'm pretty sure next chapter they're going to be getting back up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm going to give the MVP to Big Mom. She definitely pulled her weight. She wasn't a meme this chapter. She wasn't a joke. She actually pulled some serious shit off. So kudos to Big Mom. What else? What else? Oh, predictions for next chapter.
Mm,
Um, I'm surprised that it was completely
another
just,
week, yeah.
yeah,
Another week
just
of just full
no
fights.
interruptions, nothing whatsoever. Um, it's kind of setting a trend in my mind. I'm thinking maybe we're gonna have 2 or 3 more chapters of straight up fighting. Um,
I hope so
maybe,
too. I'm gonna put
yeah.
that into existence. Let's do it. Let's just say it. And hopefully Oda hears our our good energy and our good prayers. Yeah. Hopefully another week of good fighting. Um, maybe just like maybe a slight like track of where Onishigama is in the sky compared to like where it's gonna fall. That would be an
Hmm.
interesting update. But yeah, I hope to see the supernovas like step up even to another level, and we get more just insanity. Keep it up. Keep
Hmm.
it with me. Loving it.
I'm gonna guess it's gonna be mostly fighting in next chapter as well, and maybe 1 to 3 pages of other stuff, like maybe Yamato or other Straw Hats, other stuff going on in the battlefield.
Do we
Um,
get to reveal that Luffy is Big Mom's child?
yeah,
Could
I
you
don't.
imagine?
I don't think we're gonna go that far.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
Be funny if they pull it as a joke, like I'm your mother. What? No, just playing.
And Luffy just jumps off of Onigashima at that point. Yeah, dope chapter, and I'm super happy there's no break next week, so we got more content pumping straight into our veins. Just give it to me,
Straight to the main. Love it. Love it.
Yep.
Main me with that shit.
Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed as much as we did. And again, any questions or comments, just throw them up there, and we will talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. I
Absolutely.
guess. Peace.
Later.